Hello, I'm so happy I got a hold of you. Welcome back to another exciting episode of LT Showcase. And this week, it's been about 3 weeks since I got the PS5, and am I happy that I did the upgrade? Well, let's talk about it. So, I got it about 22 days ago. Since I've played it, since I've had it, I've played a second playthrough of Elden Ring, though much faster. It was New Game Plus, which it allows you to transfer your PS4 save data to the new one. So I finished the game on the PS5 on the PS4 version. The PS5 version of Elden Ring is free to download if you own the fourth one. You just have to have the disc in it, which is great. I think that's another benefit of the disc-based version, is that you can download the games for free, because I can't imagine how you would do that with the discless version. So essentially, now my PS4 copy of Elden Ring in my PS4 plays the PS4 version, in my PS5 essentially is the PS5 version, as long as I have the game downloaded. Still a very cool feature, and a lot of games on the PS5 offer this. I've played Elden Ring, I've played Returnal, my most anticipated PS5 game. I have beaten it. I didn't go through and get the third ending just because with that game, it's one of those things where you have bad runs until you have a good run, and then it's very hard to get up for it again. Unlike, say, a Dead Cells or a Rogue Legacy or something where that is commonplace, I will say in Returnal it's a little bit more unforgiving and a little bit less fun, just based on some of the weapons I didn't really like. So in other games of this genre, you get in there, you can adapt. In this one, I felt it wasn't as easy to adapt. And it's so reliant on finding the next higher level weapon that after about 25 hours, the veneer started to come off of the game. Still really enjoy it. Not sure if I'd still put it above Metroid Dread, but it's up there. But yes, I played Returnal. I played the pack-in game, which is really more of a tech demo trip of nostalgia, the Astrobots Playroom, I believe, which is really fun. It actually is really fun. Something I think Jen would love too. Not much of a game, but it's a nice walk down memory alley. You get to see all these cool worlds they just develop. You have these different play styles using the controller. Like this has a thing you can blow on. It's kind of like the Wii U tablet as far as you can do stuff like that. The triggers have the ability to have weightedness. So that was something in Returnal where you basically would aim and then you would hold down to use your secondary function. And this is also happening in the last game I've been playing, which is Horizon Forbidden West, which I'm not going to talk about the game yet. I'll likely do a review of it next week, or at least however far I'm in it. I'm about, I don't know, maybe 15 hours in at this point. But it also will have the haptic feedback go on when you're going to pry open doors, which is a nice feature, though it is a little annoying sometimes. I did find it a little annoying in Returnal because I just want to hold down the trigger, and instead I'm having to half hold it down, and it's kind of hard to hit that weightedness, so especially before you get the muscle memory, it's easy. It's also, there's all these other buttons. Like, why are we turning one button into two buttons? Yeah, I get it, but for something as integral as firing your weapon and firing your alternate fire, I get it, but I think it would have been better served to just have a separate button, because they had so many buttons in the game that really didn't do much. It was like, oh, this is the hook shot one, this is the melee one you don't really use. Anyway, enough about Returnal. But I've been playing Horizon Forbidden West. Again, I had the PS4 version. My buddy Artur was able to get it for me. He got me a copy of it for dirt cheap because he has ins at Sony. And once again, free upgrade to the PS5. Do I regret a PS5? Well, I've been a console gamer for a long time. I attribute myself to being a console gamer. And yes, while today's consoles really aren't that much of an upgrade, it's one of those things where it kind of irked me that I pride myself on being the console gamer. Why don't I have the latest hardware? And it wasn't, I mean, it was kind of due to lack of trying, but also there wasn't really that much need for it. But there were a lot of games that came out that I just let slip by the wayside because it was one of those things where, like, well, I don't really want to play it on the PS4. I'll get it on the PS5. The longer I wait, the cheaper it's going to get. But as we're almost over a year and a half since the console released, it just was that time where it's like, all right, I got to find it. I got to pull the trigger on it. And I do not regret it in the slightest. Playing Elden Ring on the PS4 was a blast, but the load times between deaths, the load times from fast traveling, just going to and from this and that, as stupid as it sounds, some quality of life like that, jumping to the PS5, it is instantaneous. And I haven't felt this kind of instantaneous gaming since probably the cartridge-based days of the Super Nintendo, NES, and N64. Because we've had load times forever. PS1, walking into the doors in Resident Evil, PS2, Xbox 360, even the Nintendo went to it with the Wii and the GameCube even. And having those instantaneous load times, especially, you don't even think about it, in a game where in Horizon Forbidden West, there's fast travel. Just like Elden Ring, there's fast travel. Where you can be like, you know what, let's check out this area, maybe I missed something. Getting there in 5 seconds versus a minute, as much as you don't think it wears on you, when you put 150 hours into a game, that easily could turn into an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours of waiting. And I don't know about you guys, but you know, as the older you get, the more responsibilities you get. You don't have all the time in the world to spend 5-6 hour gaming sessions, let alone let even 15 minutes of that be on load times. So for that alone, the PS5 has been...
That is the most grown-up thing I've ever heard you say.
I was waiting for her. I knew she was just wanting to get it in. Hello, lovely wife.
That one had to be rewarded.
Thank you.
You're welcome, but you can stop gaming my veterans book.
Thank you. But that is the thing. So it's the quality of life more than anything. The graphics are better. I have an HDR TV. Everything is so amazing. Like, I walk into my darkened room where I only have the blue LED lights on, and it looks like I have a spotlight coming off the TV. It's so damn bright. I even think I might be getting eye burn from it. It's so bright. So the graphics look great. The fluidity is there. And especially going from Elden Ring on the PS4 to the PS5, I didn't really notice the graphical fidelity that much, but playing Horizon Forbidden West, it has been a noticeable upgrade. It's as noticeable as it's going to be. Returnal felt better. The frame rate felt better. It felt more stable. And I do like the controller, I gotta say. I wasn't sure I'd like the boomerang look, and even feeling it, it's got these weird points on the bottom. But I kind of find myself, you get fidgets, you get that. So on the PS4, when I would die, I was used to doing like like holding it down in one hand. But because the load times are so fast, I don't get that much. So instead, it's kind of like, oh, I die. Oh yeah, let's... Oh, back already. Same thing with traveling. It's so stupid, but it's so nice. And we're at a fulcrum of games right now. What happens every generation, every 3 or 4 years, at least in my opinion, as someone who likes playing a lot of single-player games, because a lot of these issues I'm talking about aren't really things that you're going to experience on an online game, like fast travel, load times. A lot of those are built in. You have to wait for players to join, but I really, at this point in my life, am back to just liking single-player experiences. And right now, there is a deluge of fantastic single-player experiences, and some that maybe aren't as good as they could be. But, things like Elden Ring, Triangle Strategy, which Triangle Strategy I played too. That wasn't PS5, but an amazing game. We got Horizon Forbidden West. We got the new God of War, Returnal, other various franchises coming out. Of course, Breath of the Wild 2 eventually. We're getting to the point where the consoles have established themselves so much that we're getting some risks taken, like the new Live Alive coming out, the new game that Square Enix is doing that looks like it was like something Alpha Protocol. I don't know what it was called. It was at the State of Play that I liked, and then of course Valkyrie Profile coming back. The Chrono Cross Radical Dreamers, my light falling, Chrono Cross Radical Dreamers, you name it. We're at a good space. The consoles have been out for a couple of years. The games that have been developed for these consoles are coming out, and we get to enjoy them. And I wanted to be at the spot where I wasn't so desperate that I had to make the jump. And right now, having the PS5, there's a little, almost like a Nintendo Switch-like library of PS4 games and the greatest hits, which a lot of those are solid games, some of which I haven't played yet, like the infamous Second Son, the Last Guardian, things like that. Like, those are solid picks, which I definitely pick up. I know the PS Plus thing is changing. I'm sticking with the normal one. I don't really care about the games downloaded. I'm not interested in streaming games. But the ability to play my entire PS4 library, the ability to buy games cheap now. Like, I managed to pick up 5 PS5 games. You know, all of these under $30. So I think I like $100 worth of games here. Dying Light 2, I managed to get half off, and these are supposed to be $70. Like the Alan Wake remaster, Back for Blood, which I know kind of had its day and it's done, but for $20 I'll pick it up. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I've had this recent thing where I've literally got Valhalla, gotten Origins, gotten Odyssey, and I haven't touched any of them. So I don't know. I don't know why I'm still stuck to the Assassin's Creed ecosystem. I don't buy them brand new anymore, but more or less, am I happy with the PS5? Is it worth the upgrade? In my opinion, yes. Yes, it is. It is definitely worth the upgrade. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It has rekindled my love of modern games. Kind of because it's also about that time. There's a lot of games I haven't played. And looking at how much I played the PS4 last year, I was like, my God, I didn't touch it at all. So it's been nice getting to re-experience these. Getting to try it in HDR with great graphics, smooth frame rate, and I know I get all the PC snobs like, but there you go, no, you should have been using it before, you're a PC one of us. Get that PS5 Pro, which is coming out, which, spoilers, I have heard is in development. I've even had people who have allegedly had eyes on the PS5 Pro, so it never ends. But I'm thoroughly happy with my PS5. Glad I finally got it. Totally okay with the upgrade, even though the games I could have played on the PS4, just that little added bonus of being able to have the faster load times, travel times, it makes all the difference, and I'm loving it. So if you want to know if I regret the decision, not at all. Anyways, it's been so nice getting a hold of you guys. Let me know what you think. I also wanted to do a kind of new hardware video in general, because I picked up a lot of new things since last year. I got the Oculus Quest 2, the Beta Quest, got the Analog Pocket, got the PS5 now. There's new computers for my editing. So let me know if you're interested in hearing about that, what my take is on those things, because I can do a video about that as well. Oh, I got the Switch OLED. Don't forget about that. And yeah, it's been so nice getting a hold of you guys. Take care.